Between 1970 to 1972, William Afton, a family man, had an affair with a woman whose name we don't know, but we'll call her Clara to refer to her. According to the novel Immortal and the Restless, it is said that Clara was William's lover, which suggests that William did not accept Michael as his son, since he was the result of that affair, and that he had another family. William had a son, whose name is unknown, but this boy must have been born between 1966 to 1967. Since we don't know his name, we'll call him Peter, an unofficial name for Foxybra. To clarify, neither of the two brothers has an official name, but we will refer to Foxybra as Peter. Peter and Michael lived a normal life. Michael was left in the care of William and his wife. Michael had a relatively normal childhood, so to speak. Peter often resented Michael, considered him a mistake, and used to bully him with cruel pranks. William did nothing about it, since he despised Michael and didn't truly recognize him as his son. Years passed, and in 1979 Elizabeth Afton was born. She was a daughter that William deeply despised and considered a nuisance. Due to constant fights between William and Michael's stepmother, they eventually divorced, leaving Michael and his siblings to live with their stepmother. Around this time, Peter's mistreatment of Michael increased significantly. Peter greatly enjoyed bothering his little brother. Still, not everything was truly bad for Michael. He had a friend around his age, Cassidy Fitzgerald. She and Mike were very close, best friends. Cassidy and other kids were also friends with Mike, so he wasn't truly alone. Even so, he continued to suffer constant abuse from his older brother. Aside from that, Michael's life was relatively normal. In summary, in 1983 Michael witnessed the disappearance of a child caused by Freddy, which left him with a deep fear of the Springblocks and the establishment. Without knowing it, his own father was responsible. Michael lived tormented by fear, being a victim of abuse and contemptuous remarks from his brother Peter. On his birthday, one of Peter's pranks went wrong.
My dad usually works as a guard at Freddy's. It's okay, but I don't know. He doesn't have much time for me anymore.
Oh, yeah, I understand. My dad doesn't have time for me either. Sometimes I think he doesn't care about me.
Don't say that. My mom says everybody has a different way of showing affection.
My dad doesn't even know my name. I don't think he's ever called me by my name. He just calls me brat or bastard.
Oh. My dad usually calls me Little Princess.
I don't care much either. My mom is gone, my stepmom barely talks to me. My two siblings hate me.
Hey, at least you have me, Michael. I love you a lot.
Well, at least I'm not alone.
Hey, loser. Happy birthday.
Evan, please, not today.
It's his birthday. Couldn't you just leave him alone for just one day?
Your little girlfriend is just as useless as you, Michael.
Evan, go away. Stop bothering me. I'm tired of you and your stupid jokes.
Yeah, Evan, he's gonna cry.
Oh yeah? What? Are you going to excuse me to your mother? Oh yeah, that's right. Hey, she abandoned you. Oh, you little wimpy crybaby.
Wow, your brother's kind of a crybaby.
Hey, Charles, Renner, Susie. I think little Mikey wants to give Fredbear a kiss. Why don't we help him out, shall we?
It will only be a kiss with Fredbear, little baby.
No, please.
Mr. Afton, Evan keeps on bothering Michael.
No, please.
On 3. 1, 2...
Evan, please, you scare me.
After that incident, Peter felt guilty, and custody of the children passed to their father, William. In 1985, Peter began working at Freddy's and met Jeremy Fitzgerald and his daughter Cassidy. Meanwhile, Michael remained in the hospital and eventually passed away. However, his story did not end there. At Freddy's, 5 children disappeared, including Jeremy's daughter. Although William was suspected, there wasn't enough evidence to convict him. This event triggered the appearance of an entity in the flipside, and then Fetus gave Michael an opportunity to return to life. Michael came back without remembering much of his past. Although his return went unnoticed by the public, William was shocked to see him alive again. Michael had returned in a way similar to his father. He went unnoticed under the excuse that he had been in a coma. By then, the Afton family only had 3 members left: William, Michael, and Elizabeth. Peter, already an adult, no longer lived with William or interacted with him. While William worked on his new project, Michael took care of Elizabeth. William discovered Remnant and decided to create the fun times. Thus, William created Circus Baby's Pizza World, though behind that facade, he had designed a machine to harvest Remnant. William repeatedly told Elizabeth not to get close, but in the end, she did, and you already know how that ended. Michael was likely devastated by the death of his little sister, though William hardly cared, except that it ruined his plans. After that year, William ceased being the head of Fazbear Entertainment and disappeared. In 1987, 2 years after the events at Circus Baby's Pizza World, Fazbear Entertainment decided to open another location. Peter, now an adult with a higher position in the company, worked there. Meanwhile, William Afton, Peter's father, decided to work at the restaurant under the identity of Dave Miller. During a shift, Dave kidnapped and murdered 6 children, also realizing that the animatronics and others were active. Meanwhile, Jeremy Fitzgerald returned to Freddy's as a night guard to investigate the disappearance of his daughter. Peter informed him about the new animatronics with facial recognition improvements, while the older ones were used for spare parts. The police began investigating due to the animatronics' strange behavior. After surviving 6 nights, Jeremy was transferred to the day shift and was warned to avoid direct eye contact with the animatronics. However, during one of his daytime shifts, he was bitten on the frontal lobe, suffering a serious injury. William then decided to send Mike to Freddy's to extract Remnant. To avoid suspicion and questions, William created a false identity for Mike, since everyone believed he was dead and he was also underage. Mike successfully infiltrated under the alias Phil Smith. But he was fired on his first day, caught tampering with the animatronics. He was also dismissed for being dirty, careless, and generally suspicious. After that incident, Mike began to be hunted by something, a dark entity that plagued him with constant nightmares. In those dreams, he returned to his childhood and faced his own fears in a place similar to the night guard's office, trying to help his father but failing miserably. Mike suffered nightmares tied to his fragmented and confusing memories of the past. Meanwhile, William escaped, abandoning Michael to his fate. Since he was still underage, it is possible Michael ended up living with Peter and his stepmother, leading a relatively normal life, if it could be called that. Several years passed after the bite of '87 and William's escape. By 1992, Mike was now a 20-year-old adult. At some point that year, William contacted Mike again and gave him an extremely dangerous mission: to work at Circus Baby's Entertainment and Rentals in order to search for his younger sister. This situation filled Mike with anguish, mystery, and immense suspense. Michael survived several nights in the place under Baby's guidance. However, one night, when returning, he was deceived by what remained of his sister, and she trapped him in the scooping room.
You are in the scooping room now. Funtime Foxy has already been here today. Funtime Freddy has already been here today. Ballora has already been here today. Circus Baby has already been here today. I've been out before, but they always put me back. They always put us back inside. There's nowhere for us to hide here. There is nowhere to go when we look like this. But if we looked like you, then we could hide. If we looked like you, then we would have somewhere to go. The scooper only hurts for a moment.
Although Michael remains conscious, he dies in a human sense, since an air takes his place and escapes from the place where it had been trapped for years. During the time, Michael is aware but has no control over his body. A few days pass until Michael's body can no longer endure it and finally expels Nerd. Michael has failed, but something extraordinary happens. He comes back to life thanks to a substance injected by the scooper, known as Remnant. Although he is still alive, his main goal is to take revenge on his father.
Father, it's me, Michael. I did it. I found it. It was right where you said it would be. They were all there. They didn't recognize me at first, but then they thought I was you. And I found her. I put her back together, just like you asked me to. She's free now. But something is wrong with me. I should be dead, but I'm not. I've been living in shadows. There is only one thing left for me to do now. I'm going to come find you. I'm going to come find you.
After the incident with Naird, Michael begins to regenerate and regains a more human appearance. However, the story now shifts its focus to Peter. In 1988, Fazbear Entertainment decides to open another location in an attempt to recover from the Bite of 87 incident. The night guards face constant harassment from the possessed animatronics, as it is believed that any guard, especially a night guard, could be William, the one responsible for the past tragedies. Because of these attacks, there were frequent stat changes, which created complications for the restaurant as they had to hide the bodies of the guards and justify the sudden departures of employees. Despite these issues, Fazbear Entertainment decides to open once again, but they face serious challenges due to the animatronics attacks and the location's limitations at night. Eventually, Fazbear Entertainment appoints Peter as the night guard, and he manages to survive for years despite the difficult circumstances of having a zombie-like brother and a missing father. In November of 1993, Peter enters his final week as a night guard at Freddy's. Determined to do something different, he decides to leave recorded calls for the next night guard. His goal is to introduce the new employee to Freddy's world, justify certain details, and explain the incidents that have taken place in the franchise, including the infamous Bite of 87. In these calls, Peter describes the animatronics' peculiar behaviors and warns about the precautions necessary when dealing with characters like Freddy and Foxy. He tries to suggest ways to help the new guard in case he gets caught by the animatronics, but soon realizes his advice might not actually be effective. As he continues leaving messages, Peter makes a tragic mistake and accidentally reveals the deaths of several guards in the past, exposing the real danger of working at Freddy's. The final call turns out to be the most shocking and terrifying one.
Oh, hey, wow, day 4. I knew you could do it. Hey, listen, I may not be around to send you a message tomorrow. It's been a bad night here for me. I'm kind of glad that I recorded my messages for you when I did. Hey, do me a favor. Maybe sometime you could check inside those suits in the back room. I'm going to try to hold out until someone checks. Maybe it won't be so bad. I always wondered what was in all those empty heads back there. You know. Oh no.
After Peter's disappearance, his mother became worried and searched for answers. Michael, with no clues about his brother's whereabouts, was motivated to uncover the truth to reassure his stepmother. He got a job at Freddy Fazbear's Pizza under the name Mike Smith, seeking information about Peter. He listened to Peter's private messages but couldn't fully understand them, which led him to return another night. At the restaurant, Michael was recognized by Withered Freddy, followed by his childhood friend Cassidy, who communicated with him. Michael kept returning to the place to investigate more about Cassidy and the story behind everything. Eventually, he was fired, and the closure of Freddy's in 1993 let the company into inactivity. Michael continued keeping watch over the place, posing as a security guard for 22 years. He even helped Sylvia save her son Timmy in 2015, and later in 2017, he finally left Freddy Fazbear's Pizza, taking the logbook with him. By 2023, Michael returned to work at Freddy's, this time as the manager of the new pizza place, where his mysterious boss was Henry Emily. However, Michael didn't know who Henry really was, or the plan he had in motion. Henry, also known as Cassette Man, left tapes with instructions for the staff on how to handle hostile animatronics and prepared for Saturday, when the salvaged animatronics would be gathered. Mike, unaware of his employer's true identity, followed the orders to the letter for a week until Henry finally appeared to bring everything to an end.
You played right into our hands. Did you really think that this job just fell out of the sky for you? No. This was a gift for us. You gathered them all together in one place, just like he asked you to. All of those little souls in one place, just for us. A gift. Now we can do what we were created to do and be complete. I will make you proud, Daddy. Watch, listen, and be full.
Connection terminated. I'm sorry to interrupt you, Elizabeth, if you still even remember that name. But I'm afraid you've been misinformed. You are not here to receive a gift, nor have you been called here by the individual you assume, although you have indeed been called. You have all been called here, into a labyrinth of sounds and smells, misdirection, and misfortune. A labyrinth with no exit, a maze with no prize. You don't even realize that you are trapped. Your lust for blood has driven you in endless circles, chasing the cries of children in some unseen chamber, always seeming so near, yet somehow out of reach. But you will never find them. None of you will. This is where your story ends. And to you, my brave volunteer, who somehow found this job listing not intended for you. Although there was a way out planned for you, I have a feeling that's not what you want. I have a feeling that you are right where you want to be. I am remaining as well. I am nearby. This place will not be remembered, and the memory of everything that started this can finally begin to fade away, as the agony of every tragedy should. And to you monsters trapped in the corridors, be still, and give up your spirits. They don't belong to you. For most of you, I believe there is peace, and perhaps more, waiting for you after the smoke clears. Although for one of you, the darkest pit of hell has opened to swallow you whole, so don't keep the devil waiting, friend. My daughter, if you can hear me, I knew you would return as well. It's in your nature to protect the innocent. I'm sorry that on that day, the day you were shut out and left to die, no one was there to lift you up into their arms, the way you lifted others into yours. And then, what became of you? I should have known you wouldn't be content to disappear. Not my daughter. I couldn't save you then, so let me save you now. It's time to rest, for you, and for those you have carried in your arms. This ends, for all of us, in communication.